In this lecture, we will learn about AI pathfinding in the Panda 3D game engine. Panda 3D has a library called PandAI that provides functionality to create artificially intelligent game characters. Pathfinding is implemented using the A-star algorithm with binary heap optimizations. A-star is basically the standard pathfinding algorithm in the game industry. Let's take a look at a simple example. We are going to have a panda character that walks towards a target object, which will be a teapot in this case. In AI terms, this is called a seeking behavior, where an artificially intelligent character moves towards a target. Other supported behaviors for AI are flee, pursue, evade, wander, flock, obstacle avoidance, and path following. Up at the top of the code, we will have several import statements. We will type import direct.directBase.directStart, from panda3d.core import star, from direct.showbase.directObject import directObject, from direct.task import task, from direct.actor.actor import actor, and from panda3d.ai import star. Then we will create a class named world, which will extend the directObject class. Inside of this function, we will implement the init function. Inside of init, we will call base.disableMouse so that we can position the camera. Then we will call camera.setPos and pass in 0 as the first argument, -20 as the second argument, and 0 as the third argument. Next, we will call self.loadModels, a function we will write in a moment. After that, we will call self.setAI, another function we will write later in this lecture. Now let's write the loadModels function we just referenced. We will create a variable named startPos and set it equal to a vector 3 with the values -10, 0, and 0 passed in. Then we will set self.seeker equal to an actor with the string models/panda passed in as the first argument, and the dictionary mapping the animation name walk mapped to the panda walk animation. Then we will type self.seeker.reparent2 and pass in render. After that, we will type self.seeker.setScale and pass in 0.25. Then we will type self.seeker.setPos and pass in startPos. That wraps up the code for our seeker AI, which is the panda in this case. Now we need to write the code for the target, which will be a teapot. First, we will set self.target equal to loader.loadModel and set it to the teapot model stored in our models folder. Next, we will set its color to black by typing self.target.setColor and passing in 0, 0, 0. After that, we will position the teapot by calling self.target.setPos and passing in 5 for the X position, 0 for the Y position, and 0 for the Z position. Then we will call self.target.setScale and pass in a value of 0.25. Then we need to call self.target.reparent2 and pass in render. Next, we will create a function named setAI. Inside of this function, we will set self.AIWorld equal to AIWorld with render passed in. Then we will set self.AIChar equal to an AI character object with the string seeker passed in as the first argument, self.seeker passed in as the second argument, and the values 100, 0.05, and 5 passed in after that. Next, we will call self.AIWorld.addAIChar and pass in self.AIChar. Then we will set self.AIBehaviors equal to self.AIChar.getAIBehaviors. Then we will call self.AIBehaviors.seek and pass in self.target. Next, we will call self.seeker.loop and pass in the string walk so that the walk animation loops on the model. Finally, we will call taskmanager.add and pass in self.AIUpdate as the first argument and the string AIUpdate as the second argument. After that, we will create a function named AIUpdate that takes in two parameters, self and task. Inside of this function, we will call self.AIWorld.update. Then we will return task.cont. At the bottom of the code, we will create a variable named world and set it equal to a world object. Then we will type base.run to run the code. When we run the code, you will notice that the panda walks to the teapot. Notice that once he reaches the target, he stops moving. Of course, the animation still cycles, since we set it to loop. This is a good example of how to use Panda 3D's Panda AI library for building an artificially intelligent, non-playable character for a video game. In the next lecture, we will learn about debugging in the Panda 3D game engine.